Hey there and welcome. If you are investing your time, energy, and money into a coaching or leadership support, the last thing you want to do is end up with someone who's doing you more harm than good. Today, I'm sharing 3 major red flags. If your coach or leader or that guru you look up to isn't doing these 3 things along with their work, it's time to run the other way. Number 1, they don't or refuse to acknowledge systemic hardships. If they don't acknowledge systemic barriers, you deserve someone who understands that none of us live in a vacuum. Factors like racism, sexism, ableism, ageism, capitalism, patriarchy, those things are real and they shape how we move through the world. And if a coach or leader brushes those off as external factors, as excuses, or insists that everything is purely about mindset, it might be time to move on. Trust me, this kind of approach leads to toxic internalization of systemic problems and mental health damage. The truth is, we can be determined and resilient and still face obstacles that aren't our fault. A real leader will validate your experiences and help you navigate them in ways that are aligned and humane. A real helpful leader will help you hold the nuance of the difficulties and limitations and struggles and help you at the same time hold space for vision, possibility, and effective strategies for moving forward without being delusional. The second one is they don't help you develop self-trust. I know that unconsciously so many people want to be told what to do because our nervous systems aren't regulated. But coaches who don't emphasize and continually point you back to your own discernment, your own ability to trust yourself. Coaching is not about handing you a rigid formula and saying, do what I did. A quality coach or leader consistently points you back to your own inner wisdom. You may be learning new things, and you have a storehouse of body, mind, spirit, wisdom within you. If the coach is always the expert and you're always the student and they never invite you to trust your own counsel, that's a warning sign. You want somebody who helps you build real confidence from the inside out by helping you connect and listen within, to take the ideas that they're teaching or sharing and run them through the filter of your own wisdom. When you leave your sessions or your leadership or your coaching program, you need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. And I'm thinking specifically of a story a colleague of mine told. She started going through the interview process to work for this coaching company and got towards the very end and was going to be hired as one of their coaches. And they were talking about strategies very specifically to leave clients absolutely dangling so that they would sign up for the next program. They would intentionally not build self-trust. They were implicitly building in a neediness and a reliance on the coach so that they could make more money. That shit is prevalent and out there. Finally, and this is one that of all the things I know now, this is one of the things I wish I had learned early on in coaching. I wish I'd learned early on as a human. And part of it is the systemic research wasn't there and we didn't know, but we do know now. And so if you have a coach that isn't bringing nervous system awareness and respect into the conversation, this might sound abstract, but here's the deal. How you feel in your body, whether calm, anxious, safe, tense, deeply impacts your work, your communication style, and your ability to show up fully. And if you have a coach that says, leave your emotions at the door, or let's just focus on sales calls, they're missing the boat. Our bodies need to be in a relaxed state to be creative, to be, especially in the business world. If your body is in fight or flight, you're not going to be able to execute on the things that you want to execute for your life or business. And then that just creates this recurring self-beat of why can't I do it right? Well, making sure your coach has some form of awareness. They don't necessarily have to be teaching it, but some form of respect for your nervous system and for emotional regulation. Emotional regulation and feeling safe in your body isn't a side quest. It's the foundation for authentic success. And when you bring your whole self and your mind and your body, your results become more sustainable and you're less likely to burn out or self-sabotage. So there you have it. Those are 3 of my big. I could probably do a list of 50. The 3 are, again, they won't acknowledge or don't acknowledge systemic hardships. They keep you from developing your own self-trust and make you reliant on them, or they completely ignore the concept of nervous system regulation and your own nervous system. If you spot a coach or leader who's missing these 3 essentials in their messages, consider heading in the other direction. Life is too short to invest in guidance that bypasses your humanity and overlooks the real world context you live in. This ultimately fails to empower you. And if you're working with a coach or a leader, that's probably what you're looking for. Thanks so much for watching. Drop a comment if you've had experiences, good or bad, when it comes to these issues. And remember, the coach or leader will see all of you, honor your wisdom, and acknowledge the realities of the world we share. Take care, and I'll see you next time.